Have a seat. First of all, I looked up some things from Wikipedia, and I saw that you had several clubs you were playing for in Europe. Nantes, the Overward Gunners, was in Austria, I think. Eiffel Towers and Bosch, never heard of. Raiffeisen Wels, and this season SPM Shoeters Den Bosch. Why did you come back to Den Bosch?
Because Sam Jones asked me to. Because I really enjoyed my time here in Den Bosch, and I really enjoyed the people and the fans and my teammates and the management. I mean, I had a great experience here, and I actually wanted to come back the next year, but I ended up, not deciding what I wanted to do until late. And so when I saw Yost this summer in Vegas, and we had lunch at a burger place. I was with Raul. I was at this exposure camp, and it was just a pleasant surprise. And Yost asked me if I would be interested in coming back. And I said, of course I would. I said, yeah, call my agent. And so 2 weeks later, I get a call from Sam Jones, and and the decision was pretty easy. I'm talking to Coach Sam, and he's the head coach now. I always had a good relationship with him, and just him bringing back Ty and Ali and all the guys. It was just icing on the cake.
Can I get you something to drink? Because your throat is... Oh, you have a drink, okay. Yeah. For the people who don't know you, tell us something more about David Gonzalvez. Who is he?
Well, what do you want to
Thank you. We want to know all about you.
Well, I think first and foremost, something about me is I'm really passionate about Jesus. I believe that the Bible is true, that what the Bible says about Jesus is true, and that's a huge part of my life. That's one of my main motivations for just living. That's one of the main motivations for living, and I really feel like he makes my life make sense, and so that's a huge part of me, and anything else?
I heard something about your family, especially about your father. Mm-hmm. You went back to the United States some weeks ago. Your father was ill, and then your father died. It must be hard to come back and join the team for the game in Dijon, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a rough trip. That's never easy for anyone, losing a family member, and but one thing that I'm thankful for is my dad did have a relationship with Jesus, and I believe that he's with Jesus now. So that makes it a lot easier, to know that when a family member dies, that he's with the Lord. And so, it's still a rough process, just moving forward after that. But the time with my family was really good. The funeral service was beautiful, and my teammates, really supported me through that. My coach really supported me, and my family really supported me. So they made the process a lot easier for me. So I'm really thankful for that. Yeah.
And playing basketball with this team makes it easy too.
Oh yeah, I love this team. I love playing ball with the guys, and I love Coach. I think Coach really does a great job with us, and just analyzing where areas that we need to grow in. And I think we have a lot of veteran teammates, with Case and Stefan, and they're great leaders. And so the fact that we played together before, it just makes it that much easier, just pushing through adversity and keeping the focus throughout the year. Yeah.
Looking back in time, you played here for Eiffel Towers in 2011. Then you went to Austria. It's a different David Gonzalvez we see now over here. What was changed in your play?
I think I've just grown a little bit as a player. I had a limited role in Eiffel 2 years ago. My role was really to bring energy, to be a defensive stopper. And we had playmakers at the time, and Rohier and Frank Turner. And so they made it easy on me. I just took the open ones, the open opportunities, and now I think my role has changed a little bit into attacking a little more myself. And so I think that's just the difference. And I've been able to grow and make mistakes and learn from them throughout the years. So it's been better. It's a little bit more mature.
And how about today's game? Was easy.
Well, I think the harder you work, the easier the game will look. But maybe I wouldn't call it an easy game. I would call it an honest day's work. That's what Coach said to me when I came out. Honest day's work, and that's what it was. I think we for the most part, we limited our mistakes defensively, and when we do that, when we really come out defensive minded, then the results are good. And so we've seen that when we can hold a team, under a certain amount of points, then we're going to have a good chance to win. And so we did that tonight. Yeah.
There are two important goals for this season, I think. They play in Europe, European Cup, and for the championship. First of all, in Europe, what are the chances for this team?
We have 3 games left, and we need to win at least 2 of them. So I would say that the opportunities are there for us. I think these next, especially this next road game in front of us is important. I think if we can do what we need to do in this next road game, then we can put ourselves in a good position for the last 2, because we only have to win 1 out of 2 after that. And so I think the next one is the most important game for us. Yeah.
And the goal in the Dutch Basketball League is the championship, I think.
Yeah. One thing I think about the league, I think the league is pretty solid this year. There's a lot of solid teams. I think, the top 5 or 6 teams, anybody can beat anybody. And so I think throughout the year, teams are going to grow and get better throughout the year. And we've seen that in the second round. All the teams we played are very different. Their chemistry is better. They've made adjustments as far as how to guard us. And they're trying to see what works, and so I think there's going to be a lot of grind-out games, especially late. We have to be prepared to, play games hard all the way to the end, and be able to grind out wins in the end. I think that's going to be our mark throughout the year. It's not going to be an easy year for us. We're not just going to steamroll through the league.
I'll tell the audience the stats of the game. I'll do it in Dutch. We wonnen vandaag met een heel mooie uitslag. 86-69 en we wonnen 3 kwarten, alleen het laatste verloren met 1 puntje verschil. En de man hier naast me, ik had opgeschreven dat hij 4 punten had, 5 rebounds. Hij is ontzettend belangrijk voor het team, dat wordt wel eens onderschat. Hij speelde 29 minuten. Any questions for Mr. Gonzalvez? No? Then thank you, David Gonzalvez. Can I have a big hand? Een groot applaus voor David Gonzalvez. Wij zien elkaar terug, 15 december aanstaande. Dan spelen we om 4 uur hier in de Maaspoort Sports & Events. Tegenstander, dat is niet de minste, Landstede Zwolle, de lijstaanvoerder tot op dit moment. Tot dan en een fijne Sinterklaas.